Hello everyone. In today's class we are going to start new chapter or lesson. As of now we completed two lessons in one poem of our syllabus. So today, as I told you, we'll start with a new lesson called Babar Ali, the world's youngest headmaster, and which is written by Samarpita Mukherjee Sharma. So initially we'll have a small view on the author. It is going to be only short details about the author. Here is the slide. So, who is he? Samarpita Mukherjee Sharma is the Associate Creative Editor of Youth Leader India, the India chapter of Youth Leader magazine. Even she is the member of Dynamic Action Oriented Online magazine. Even as you see on the screen where you will get, she has won various awards including recognition from the United Nations Volunteers. So this is the short details about the author. So just have to remember her name. It is going to help you while you are going to write 4 mark and 6 mark question answer. So apart from that, there will be no question on the. When it comes to the lesson, Samarpita Mukherjee Sharma introduced to the reader the world's youngest headmaster called Babar Ali through the words of Tanveer, a youth leader volunteer. So just have to remember the name of Tanveer. So who is he? What is his importance in this lesson? While you're going to start the lesson, now you'll understand. So I'll go for the next slide. As you see on the screen, lesson begin with Babar Ali's basic details, where author says what she is going to say. See here. As per her, Babar Ali must be the youngest headmaster in the world. So as per the author, where she is going to say that he is going to be, or he is the youngest headmaster in the world. Why? Because he is only 16. At the age of 16, he became the headmaster of a school. So after that, what she says, he is the teenager who is in charge of teaching 100 of students. So who is going to teach 100 of students, and he is the head of the that particular school. So after that, 100 students in his family's backyard. So where he runs his school? In family's backyard. Just remember this term because it is coming for 1 mark. Just have to remember family's backyard, where he runs his school. After that, where he runs classes for poor children from his village. Even you will get an answer here in next line. After that, the story of this young man. Who? Babar Ali, from Murshidabad in West Bengal. Where he belongs? He belongs to the Murshidabad, which comes in West Bengal. Is a remarkable tale of the desire to learn amid the direst poverty. Our Bangladesh based while means what is he is a youth leader. That's what I told you in last slide. Just you have to remember the name of Tanveer. Volunteer Tanveer would like to introduce you to this extraordinary change maker, because he changed so many things over there. So what are those changes? When you're going to start, means already we started the lesson. So what this lesson you will understand what is his contribution to the those poor people or to the Indian education. So I'll go for the next slide. Here the lesson begin with the basic details of Babar Ali. Now what you see on the screen, lesson includes these 4 parts. So at the first part, as you see on the screen, it is the early life of Babar Ali. Already we started. And the second part of the lesson is what? Means the lesson includes these 4 parts. And the second part is what? Welcome to the Babar Ali school, where you are going to study about his school. Means how many students are there, when they started, how they developed, and what is means others people contribution to the Babar Ali school. There are so many things comes there. And after that, Anand Shiksha Niketan. So what it is, when you are going to start the lesson, you will understand. And the last one is what? Here, meet some pure, good and kind souls. So these are the 4 major categories of this lesson. The first one is Babar Ali, early life of Babar Ali, and the second one is welcome to Babar Ali school, where you are going to study about his school, when he started and all those things. And the third one is Ananda Shiksha Niketan. So what it means, you will get it. And after that, the last one, meet some pure, good and kind souls. This is all 4 categories. So I'll start with the first one. So what it is? Early life. Already you got 1 mark, 1 question, where he runs his school in family's backyard. Just remember. And at the age of 16, he became the headmaster of a school. Just remember. Now early life of Babar Ali. So what he used to do, see here, Babar Ali wakes up every morning at 7 a.m. and starts his day by doing some household chores, and then he takes an auto rickshaw first and later walks 5 kilometers. See what he do? He wake up at 7 a.m. and what are the homework, what the housework is there, he finished. And what he used to do? He used to take a auto. Then after that he need to walk. He used to walk 5 kilometers. This is also important. To where? To the. This is also important. One more question is here. Kosim Bajar Raj Govinda Sundari Vidyapit. So what it is? So every day he used to go there. So for what reason? Where he is, where he is in class 12 student. So where he used to study, right? He is also student. So after schooling hours, he used to be a teacher in his own school. But after 7 o'clock or after morning 7 a.m. he used to go for Kosim Bazar Raj Govind Sundari Vidyapita, where he used to study, means, or he is studying 12th standard. Babar, so how he looks, his description is given here. This is also important. Just remember, 1 mark already, one question you got, and here is the second one, means name is what? Kosim Bajar Raj Govind Sundari Vidyapita. Just remember. Then Babar is the thin and gangly boy. So this is the description of Babar. Just remember how he used to look. He is a thin and gangly boy, means he is not disciplined at all. Means it is about his dress sense. He is not a disciplined boy who sits in the middle of the front row, studies smart, and just a minute, austere in his blue and white white uniform. Babar is a model student. He's also the first member of his family to get a proper education. So here you will understand that what kind of family background he has. So in this first point, what he studied, he wake up at 7 a.m. He used to take a auto. After that, he used to walk for 5 kilometers. Then where where he need to go for his court, the institution, or where he is studying. And the name is what? Kosim Bajar Raj Govind Sundari Vidyapita. And he is the student of school hours that intrigue the entire world. So after schooling, what he's doing, that's also important. No, this is second point. And third point, so Babar makes his way to an afternoon school where he is the headmaster. That's what I told you. Now he is a student where in Qasim Bazar Raj Govind Sundari Vidyapit, where he is a 12th standard student. But after schooling, he is going to be headmaster of a school where how many students are studying? 800 students. One more question. Again, this is the third question I am telling you. The first question, in family's backyard. Second, Qasim Bajar Raj Govind Sundari Vidyapita. After that, his description. Sorry, this is the third question, and here is the fourth question. So how many students are there in his school? So after schooling hour, he is going to be headmaster of a school where 800 students are getting their education. And who are those students? Means who belongs to the poor. Here is the second section of the lesson, as you see on the screen. Welcome to Babar Ali School. Here you are going to learn about his school. See, behind the office is a gate that opens to Babar's home. We know that he runs his school in family's backyard. It means the same. And next, see, this is where Rosa poor. It's the description of the school. Just remember, just have to focus on particular words which I am using here. Unprivileged kids sit under the open. Means what? Even he don't have a proper building, or even he don't have a proper roof also. Blue sky, and learn what most children in the modern world pay hundreds of dollars for the education. For free they are getting. This is where 800 kids. So how many students are there? 800 kids who are deprived from their basic right, means to getting education. And who is providing this education for those kids who deprived? Babar Ali. For education, walk miles to learn free of cost. Second one, today all around the world where millions of children are being deprived from literacy because of their family cannot be at the expense. This is the what, this is the real reason most of the family they cannot afford what proper education to their children because of the poverty. They are unable to have a one time meal, then how they are going to what fulfill the dreams of their children? It's not possible, and still it is happening. We know the reality, right? Then I'll go for the next thing. This is one school boy. Yeah, he's the school boy who is studying in 12th standard. In where? Kosim Bazaar, Raj Govinda Sundari Vidyapita. This is the institution where he used to study. Just remember these things. School boy from India. Yeah, this is the true story. I already told you. Sorry. And so at the age of 17, see here the actually in where the early life of Babar Ali explained, no, in that time what we studied at the age of 16 he became the what was he became the headmaster, but here 17 is used, just have to remember only 16. But as per the government, the people they have prepared a note in that they mentioned 16. At the age of 16 he became the headmaster, so just you have to focus on 16. 17 just leave it. 17 Babar Ali, just a minute. And so at the age of 17, Babar Ali is the world's youngest headmaster. So this is about his school. I'll go for the next slide. Even in next slide also we'll get the description of the school. Just a minute. See. Now in this slide, I mean in this point you are going to learn about Babar Ali. Babar happens to be one of the fortunate souls in his village. Why? Because he's going to be called as a fortunate soul. He's a fortunate boy. Why? In the Bengal. So actually this is the what exact location is used. What it is? Bhakta neighborhood of Gangapur village in West Bengal's Murshidabad. Just you have to remember where Babar lives with his three other siblings and with his parents in a thatched house which is size of an average city kitchen. So it shows that even they are poor too, right or no? After that, yet ironically, he is still among the privileged ones in his village. Why? Because here is the answer for that question. Just a minute. Because unlike most children there, he went to school and got a formal education. This is one more question again. See, just have to remember why he became why he became privileged ones in his village, because he got a formal education compared to other children in his holy village. Just remember this much. Again, one more question. He was better off also in being the son of Nasruddin Sheikh. So here is the his father. Nasruddin Sheikh is the father of Babar Ali. Just remember, Nasruddin is a jute seller. He so what type of what business he used to do? Jute seller. And dropout. Who believes that? Even here is also one more question comes. It is about his father. So as per our according to Nasruddin Sheikh, who is the father of Babar Ali, what he used to say? He used to say that education is man's true religion. So what it in bold I wrote it. Just remember ಇದು ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಇದು ಭಾಳ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅದ. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಆ್ಯನ್ಯುವಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನನಗೂ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಈ ಸಲನೂ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲೆಸನ್, ರೈಟ್ ಅವ್ರನ್ನು ಇವನ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಪರ್ whom Nasruddin Sheikh, what he says, education is man's true religion. Getting education is the real religion as per he supported for his dream, because he started teaching to the poor children's no venture with his own income. Coming from the privileged family, Baba realized he must do something for the other children in his village. So that's why he started his school. And now presently 800 students they are getting education from Baba Ali, and he is the headmaster of that school. I'll go for the next point. Even though their community provides free education to the children, right? Then sending children to school is not entirely free of cost. Now here's one more thing is one thing you need to remember, that entire free of cost. Why? Because although the children are taught for free, they are getting free education, but it doesn't mean that free uniform, free books are going to be provided. No, it's not possible. So they have to pay for this. So he used to manage, no. So for that the means the children parent they have to pay for their uniforms and books. After that what happens, say That is why a lot of family cannot afford to send their children. uske Due to this reason, there are so many family members, means the parents, they are not sending their children, even because it shows that even they can't afford this much, or this much of amount for uniforms and books, even they can't afford. Thus instead, this is also important, I wrote it in, again it is one more question, I think here one mark two question will come. This is important, just guys note down. नोट द नोट ಮಾಡ್ಕೊರಿ, ही नोट करून घ्या, मे बी हे पडू शकतंय, कारण ह्याच्यामध्ये पण खूप असं प्रॉपर एक्सप्लेनेशन आहे अबाउट द सिच्युएशन ऑफ दोज बॉयज अँड गर्ल्स. दस इंस्टेड ऑफ गोइंग टू स्कूल, मोस्ट ऑफ द बॉयज हेल्प आउट देयर फैमिलीज. मीन्स कौन जो स्कूल को नहीं जाता था वो क्या करते थे, यानी द बॉयज हेल्प. Livestock herders, etc. Whereas girls, now boys working as a what? Now you understood that they are working as a what? Mechanics, day laborers, grass cutters, livestock herders, etc. And what about the girls? Girls, they are working as a maid servant in the village, where they cook, clean, wash clothes and dishes for their employees who is going to provide a work for them, right? So when if they are not unable to get the education, boys and girls, they used to do these jobs. Just 1 mark 2 question you will get, just have to mark it or you have to write down. Getting? I'll go for the next thing. Babar Ali wanted to change this. So this thing need to change, because every boy and every girl, they deserve to get a proper education, because it's their basic right. And due to what the family condition, due to the financial condition, they are unable to get it, and it should not happen. Because someone says no, education is given by God. It is a God gift, and we have to have it. Either it is not going to depend on their color. If they are black and if they are white, it doesn't mean that the black people, they are not allowed to get the education. No, it is not like that. Every person, every human being deserve to get a proper education. It is the right way, and it is the right religion, as per the Nasruddin Sheikh. Just remember, this is going to be helpful for you people. Getting? So Babar Ali, it is the lesson, what lesson title, World's Youngest Headmaster, written by Samarpita Mukherjee Sharma. Here it is the small details about the author, it's not important. And a lesson begin with the basic details of the Babar Ali, where the author says that he is the youngest headmaster at the age of 16. He became, and where he runs his school in family's backyard, and he belongs to the Murshidabad in West Bengal. And this story heard from whom? Tanvir. Just remember, after that we studied that in lesson we will get how many what parts, 4 parts. Early life of Babar Ali, welcome to Babar Ali school, where you're going to learn about the school Anand Shiksha Niketan and meet some pure good kind souls. After that, early life of Babar Ali. So what you studied there? You studied about, so in the morning what he used to do, he wake up at 7 a.m. He used to take auto. He used to walk for 5 kilometers, and he go to his what school, where he is getting his education as a 12th standard student. So the institution or the college institution name is used Qasim Bajar Raj Govinda Sundari Vidyapita, right? And his description is given. It is given Babar is a thin and gangly. So in this slide, nothing is important. I'll go for the next one. So in this slide, you are going to get 1 mark 4 to 5 questions. So it is going to be play a very important role. So where he used to study, in Bapta neighborhood of Gangapur village in West Bengal, Murshidabad, and with his 3 siblings, he is staying there. And see, because he is called as the most privileged ones in his village. Why? Because he's getting a proper and formal education in his entire village, right? And his father name is Nasruddin Sheikh, and as per him, education is man's true religion, and he is the jute seller. He used to do work of what or the business. He's a businessman. What they used to do here, as per the author or as per the Babar Ali, boys, they are doing what, working as a mechanics, day laborers, grass cutters, livestock herders. And whereas the girls, they are working as a maid servants in village, where they need to cook, clean, wash and clothes and dishes for their employees. So after this, up to here we studied. So here I'm going to stop. In next class, remaining 2 slides I'm going to continue. Thank you. So here is the third section of the lesson.